Hello and welcome to A2. That's anterior, front side of the body, workout numero dos for beginners. So today we're going to be working on muscles on the front side of the body. You're going to need a table or a bench or a countertop. You're going to need a suspension trainer. You're going to need some bands, and you're just going to need 30 or 40 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first movement we're going to do today looks like something that you would see in like an old 1950s workout, because it is. What we're going to do is we're going to practice hinging at the hips, hinging back, and we're going to touch our toes. So I'm actually going to hinge back, touch my toes, and come back up, just like that. Not actually a huge deal, but I'm going to combine with that. Hips go back. I'm not rounding my back. I'm driving my hips back into a hinge, touching my toes, and then reaching up in the air. That's it. Not much to it. We're actually going to do 3 sets of this with 30 seconds rest in between, starting in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to let my hands stay close to my body, touch my toes, reach up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just like so. We're going to take 30 seconds. And then we're going to do that 2 more times. Now, we're just getting warmed up. So in between these sessions, we're also going to put our feet wide. And on the first one, we're going to rock side to side like we do at the beginning of every class. So we're going to do our lateral lunges. So let's do that in between these two. So we're going to go to one side, bend the knee and come back, and then go to the other side. Bend the knee and come back. And we're going to go 2, 2, just warming up the body. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Very good. So that's lateral lunges for 10 repetitions. Now we're going to go back and do toe touch, reach up in the sky again. So we're going to hinge back, touch the toes, come up, reach for the sky. That's 1. Touch the toes, sky. 2. Toes, sky. 3. Toes, sky. 4. Toes, sky. 5. Toes, sky. 6. Toes, sky. 7. Toes, sky. 8. Toes, sky. 9. Toes, sky. 10. Now, in between, on the break, we're going to do Shiko, which is where we're going to bend our knees. We're going to rock to one side, coming back down, and then rocking to the other side, where we're practicing balance, stability, and also warming up our hips. So let's go ahead and start that in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to rock 1 and rock 1, rock 2, rock 2, rock 3, rock 3. And remember, I want to keep my balance. I don't want to be pushing to the edge of my balance. 4, good. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. Very good. Now we're going to go and do toe touch, reach for the sky one more time. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Touch the toes, reach for the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a banded overhead press, which we've seen before. The banded overhead press is where we're going to grab a band of varying sizes. So I'm going to grab my level 3 band, which you can always check in the system. If you need to refer to the What Are the Band Levels video, that link is always provided. So we're going to grab our band, and what we're going to do, I'll bring this up just a little bit, is we're going to step on it so that it's under our feet, like so. And I'm going to bring it up so that it's in front of me. But it's important that you see that I have the band is in my palms, like this, so that when I press, it's supported there. I'm not pulling it up like this, okay? So we're going to make sure that we have it in our palms. So let's go ahead and bring that up to chest level. We're going to press overhead for 8 to 12 reps, starting in 3, 2, 1. Keep your glutes and core tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. Take a little break. We're going to take 30 seconds off. Make sure that you've got water with you and that you're staying inside your frame of tolerance, whatever your frame of tolerance is. And what that means is we want to be at a difficulty level of between a 5 and an 8. If an 8, an 8 means I cannot possibly do another one properly. A 9 is like a 5 to a 7 is really where we want to live. An 8 is almost too much. A 9 is I can do more reps, but they look like garbage. And a 10 is I physically cannot do another rep. So we never want to work to total failure. Technical failure is what we're looking for. By the way, if you ever want to make this a little bit stronger, you can just put your feet a little wider. All right, we're going for number 2. Bring it up, starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, up quick, down slow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. Make sure you keep your glutes tight through the whole thing. 30 seconds off. We're going to do 2 more sets. 4 sets is magic here. We are always aiming for 4 on these workouts. And the reason is you'll often see people doing 3. 3 sets is kind of like the norm. But 4 sets is nice and challenging. You can also just do 2 sets. So the real trick is when it comes to strength training, the biggest difference is whether you're doing it or not. Everything after I showed up and I did it is us deciding how you get that extra 10% at the top. But for most people, whether they strength train or not is the biggest shift in their physiology and longevity. So all the research shows that. But it's also how the research is structured, to be fair. All right, I'm going for number 3. Bring it up. I'm going to show from the side. Squeeze my glutes. I'm pressing overhead, starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, glutes tight. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. All right, that's 3. One more to go. Now you'll notice that I'm driving my chest forward, but not my chin. So driving the chest forward versus driving the chin forward. If you drive the chin forward, you're going to stress your neck out. Don't do that. It's okay to drive your chest forward to get overhead. I basically want my bicep to go to my ear, is a way to think about it. And I want my shoulders to roll back and down. All right, starting for number 4. Number 3, 2, 1. I'm going to bring this up and press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this away. And now we're going to grab our suspension trainer. And there's 2 ways you can set up your suspension trainer. So first, let's talk about setting up your suspension trainer. Now, different suspension trainers have slightly different features. Mine, for example, has 2 clips at the end. Yours might have 2 clips at the end. Yours might have 1 clip at the end with these 2 straps joined. Don't worry about that. Basically, we have 2 options when it comes to the suspension trainer. We have this long strap. It's got these little holes in it, like that. Or we've got a door anchor that looks like this, okay? Of the 2, it just depends on what you're working with. If I have a tree branch or a jungle gym or a pull-up bar, for example, to put this around, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to link that around something and clip the clip inside the loop. If I have a door, then I'm going to take this, I'm going to place my clip or clips inside that loop. If I were using that, I would put it inside those loops. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it inside of a door on the side closest to the hinges. Now, why? Because the hinges are stable. I also ideally would like to be going in the direction that the door closes, not the way that it opens. That's not always an option. So if you've got it going the direction that it opens, lock the door so that way you know that there's something sturdy holding the door in place. But remember, always check your equipment. Some of the stuff that you do on this can be dangerous, so make sure that you set your equipment up properly. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a reverse lunge with our suspension trainer today. So I've got mine set up in the door. I'm going to grab onto these handles. I'm going to be stepping back and down, and I'm going to come up using almost entirely my front legs. So I'm stepping back, keeping my hips square, and then pushing up with the front leg. We're going to do 8 to 12 of those on each side. And we're going to do that for 4 sets, starting in 3, 2, 1. My arms are helping me stay stable. 1, I'm going to use them as little as necessary. 2, 3, it's possible I'll need them a lot. It's possible I'll need them very little. 4, but I choose how much my arms are involved. 5, 6, the main thing is I keep my chest up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Switch to the other side, starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. Take 30 seconds off. We're going to come back and we're going to do 3 more sets, just like that. Grab some water if you need it. But if you're here and you're doing the work, you've already done 80% of it. 80% of it, because 80% is showing up. Literally just doing the reps, just getting off the couch. And doing the reps is so key. That's why we make these programs doable. That's why we make the equipment durable and mobile, is so you have as little points of resistance to doing the work as possible. All right, let's go for number 2. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Stepping back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. That's number 2. Take 30 seconds. Check your heart rate. Make sure your heart rate's not over 160. If it's over 160, pause. Take a moment. Some people's heart rate really gets high on these, because again, your leg does 12 reps, but your heart does 24 reps. And that's an important distinction. All right, we're going for number 3. Starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm controlling myself on the way down. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. Switch. Starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. That's 3. Now, a little note. I am keeping my eye at the anchor point. So in order to keep my head in a nice neutral position, because the human body is constantly trying to balance over the feet, we're trying to keep our head over our feet. I keep my eye on the anchor. So I'm not goosenecking like this. I'm keeping my chin tucked in, my ears back, but I'm keeping my eyes on that anchor. And it really helps with balance instead of looking around or trying to do other things. So just kind of bear that in mind. We're going to go for number 4, starting in 3, 2, 1. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. Other side, starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. All right, go ahead and set that down. Now I'm going to take out my little folding table. We had this last time. So for tabletop push-ups, you can use a folding table like the one I have here. You could use the edge of your couch like I have here. You could use the table in your, you can use the countertop in your kitchen. You can use anything that's got a solid edge to it. Basically, we're trying to do a standard push-up, but we want to be in an elevated position so it's not as hard on our bodies. Now, you can also use a suspension trainer. Like, all of these are accurate. I'm just trying to give you as many tools as possible so that way you always have a way to train. So we're going to do our tabletop push-up. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to make sure that the table's up against something solid. Actually, to do our tabletop push-up, I'm going to make sure that I'm up against something solid. And I'm going to put myself in a position where my feet are back, my shoulder blades are pinched back, and I am lowering myself toward the edge of the table and pushing off, just like so. You'll notice as I do this that I'm trying to get the edge to my sternum here, not the top of my throat up here. So elbows pinched down and back. I'm coming to the bottom of here's my whole sternum, the bottom of my sternum. All right, we're gonna do 8 to 12, starting in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna squeeze my glutes, tighten my abs. I'm gonna lower, 1, 2, keeping everything nice and steady. 3, because a push-up's just a moving plank. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, elbows back and down. 10, shoulder blades back and down. 11, 12. Awesome. So that's kind of a close-up view. Take 30 seconds off. Now we're going to switch to a more wide-angle view so you can see me a little bit more globally. But the principle is the same. I'm just picking something that's doable, and I'm using slow, controlled movement, not momentum and speed. And this is really important when you're a beginner because you want to not only be conditioning your muscles, but your joints and your bones as well. And time under tension is a great way to do that when you're developing a solid fitness base. Okay, let's go for number 2. So I'm going to get in position, feet are back, slowly lowering and touching, Coming back up. Starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. All right, that's 2. Take a little break. We've got 2 more to go. And then we're going to switch. Get some water. Always be hydrating. Always, always, always. All right, get set for number 3. Starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Excellent. 1 more to go. And then we move on to our finisher. One thing that you want to make sure that you're doing for yourself if you're on this fitness journey is that you're not putting all your tokens into fitness. You also need to be looking at your sleep. You need to be looking at your food. That's for your health. And then you also need to make sure that you're maintaining good rest. That's part of sleep, but it's also part of time. It's really, really important. And then, for a lot of people, it's about stress management. And stress management also has a lot to do with time and wealth. And I don't necessarily mean money. Wealth has a lot to do with security and freedom. It's not necessarily about money. So when we look at your health, your wealth, and your time, that's actually the whole picture of wellness. So be aware of that. All right, we're going for 1 more, starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Excellent. All right, we're going to get rid of our little table. And now we are going to do something known as a tricep pull down. Now, a couple variations of how you can do this. I can do it with my door anchor kit over here by looping a band through a loop at the top like this and having 2 ends sticking out like this. I can loop it through my door anchor for my suspension trainer like this. I can just loop it right in there and have these 2 little ends sticking out like that. Or if I have a door pull-up bar or an object or a hook, something sturdy, I can just sling it around that object and I've got it up there. So understand that anytime we're talking about anchoring systems, I have a door strap, I have this door anchor, which works in a variety of ways, and I have a pull-up bar, which is a perfect example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab onto these bands with 2 hands. I'm going to bring my elbows to my side, and I'm going to push down toward my hips and come up without my elbows coming forward. So my elbows are going to stay right at my ribs. I'm going to go 1, 2, just like so. We're going to do that for 4 sets of 8 to 12. So bring the elbows to the side. I'm going to push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. Take a little break, 30 seconds off. Get some water. This is going to be our last exercise, because this is what we call a finisher. Finishers are isolated muscle techniques for areas that we're specifically targeting. So when I'm pressing, my triceps are involved because they go into elbow extension. So that's why this is coupled. Even though my triceps are on the back of my body and we're doing anterior day, it's because we're focusing on pressing or pressing. So let's go for number 2, starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. That's 2. Now you'll also notice as I'm doing this, I'm making a pronounced hold at the contraction. So 1, and I'm holding it there and then releasing it. So I'm not bouncing into it, okay? We want to show control over the resistance. Control over the resistance is key. All right, we've got 10 seconds. We're going to go for set number 3. You're doing great, whether you feel like it or not. All right, here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm actually turning my palms backward at the bottom. 5, so my pinkies point out. 6, that helps with the contraction. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. That's third set. 1 more to go. Now, if you're following along with this in the whole class, or you're following along with it as a clip, the key to the clips is you don't have to time your rest. You just stay with me. Same thing with the classes. For example, if you're only getting to 8 reps, I'd make everything 8 to 12. Take the extra rest. There's nothing wrong with that. Take the extra rest. You need it. Don't worry about it. And if you're getting to 12 and you don't feel like you're going to die, that's okay too. We have this belief that if I didn't work until I'm literally dead, I didn't get a good workout. And that's not even true in training. That comes from group class theory. And group classes don't necessarily give you the best training. They give you the feeling of having worked out. Okay? So we want what's doable and sustainable in the long term. You challenge yourself as you see fit. Sustainability, doing it long term, is more important than intensity. All right, one more set, starting in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome job. All right. Congratulations. You have done A2 for beginners. The next workout's going to be P2, posterior chain, numero dos. Remember, you can do these 3 days a week. You can do these 6 days a week, but you also need to be getting your cardiovascular activity in. So I will see you in P2. Go for a walk.